What to do, chat? It's your neighborhood teacher, leader, and healer, Big Matt with Chosen One Chats, back at you with another banger. Today, we're going to have a little chat about how we need to choose our humanity over this artificial insanity. Let's crack into it, all right? So, nowadays, it's getting crazy because we're listening to AI way too much and we ain't listening to our intuition. That's how far disconnected humanity is getting with our intuition, our inner wisdom. And that is no farther than a death trap. Just saying. Uh, with whole these VR headsets coming out and stuff, people are indulging more and more in the metaverse than they are in the real world. They are already buying property. We are already probably in deep relationships with, you know, these skins, I shall call them, like Fortnite skins. And we are falling in love with this, and we are falling less in love with the life we live once the game turns off. This is very dangerous, and it's gonna get worse over time, believe it or not. Eventually, people are probably going to get some type of permanent type of solution to stay in the metaverse. But remember, all things come with a price. Yes, indeed, they do. So when we think about this, this is like not too far off from the actual Matrix, where people are in this cocoon like thing and they are plugged up to the spine and permanently living in an alternate reality which isn't real. And I gotta say, you guys, we are living in a matrix already, so like people are probably like, what's the difference? I'm just playing. But let's just dig into it a little bit more because we signed up for this, guys. um, I know that sounds a little crazy for some of you, but you know, before we even existed, we signed up to forget everything just so we could relearn it all over again through what we call this life. And you listening to this video is one of those steps to, you know, finding yourself again. And it's actually a very beautiful experience once you get to know it. First, it could be a little hard. We experience some dark nights of the soul, and sometimes it could suck. But life's good, you know? Breathing in the good prana out here in the heart of nature, and, you know, getting grounded and just quieting all those different voices we got in our heads, all these negative thinking that we do on a day-to-day basis. You know, if you guys are having issues listening to your intuition, it's not too hard. Just all those things that I just said, breath work, coming out in hard nature, and not even just that, just being good with or without it, and just coming to an inner peace no matter where you are. Even if you're in the middle of a war zone, you can still just kind of get grounded and come to the breath and be more at peace. You know, peace of mind is our greatest piece of real estate. Let's not forget that. But basically, let's talk about our intuition, because our intuition is much stronger than any of this artificial intelligent crap that they're pushing on us these days. There's a story about how some people were driving in a military vehicle, and the whole crew had a very wretched gut feeling. Nobody could tell what it was, but they all had the same feeling. So eventually they're like, hey, you guys, it's dark. Let's turn around, go back to camp, and we'll proceed the following day once things are, you know, where we could kind of, you know, go back to it when we feel a little better. So long story short, they get done with, they turn around, luckily, and they find out, because the bomb squad went ahead of them this time, and they found out the route that they were going down actually had bombs right where they were about to drive over. And if they wouldn't have listened to their gut feeling, they would have been blown to smithereens. And that's what I mean by we have to listen to our intuition a lot more than this artificial intelligent crap. It's funny because we oftentimes ask ChatGPT what to do for everything. It's like, gosh, can we do anything without ChatGPT anymore these days? Because it's getting out of hand. Type of stuff be like, hey, ChatGPT, there's a pretty girl. What should I say to her when I approach her? Oh, well, say this. And then you say it, and then all of a sudden she responds and asks you how your day was. And you're like, oh, shoot, I don't know the answer. Hey, ChatGPT, she just asked me how my day was. What should I respond? And then you're like, oh, just tell her your day was good. And thank you for asking. And then you respond with that. And then she asks, and then it kind of goes bland. And you're like, ChatGPT, the conversation went boring. Like, what should I ask her next? Oh, ask her what she's interested in doing. Oh, what are you interested in? You get what I'm trying to say. It's getting out of pocket, bro. Simple things that we often should already know the answers to. People are now asking ChatGPT for, and it's getting out of pocket. Let's talk about the Tesla robot. We are oftentimes, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning is what I meant. It's only a matter of time before they start making these robots look human-like, and they already have prototypes of this, I'm sure you've seen. But it's going to be a matter of time before people are saying, forget getting with an actual human, I'm going to just marry this Tesla robot, for example. And just it's going to coddle you. It's going to, you're always right. You don't do any wrong. It's not going to be like a human where if you do something out of pocket, the human will tell you. I mean, I'm sure ChatGPT will tell you if you did something wrong, but you know what I mean. And we're going to get out of touch with actual, because we're all gods and goddesses out here. So as soon as we revert to this AI instead of like an actual human, now we're disconnecting from other gods and other goddesses and their input on things. And I want to also talk to you about how we have to choose humanity over this artificial insanity in a way that, because we are not only in a recession, you guys, but we are in times that people would compare to the Great Depression. And not only are we dealing with inflation, people, it's hard to find a job, hard to put food on our tables, but at the very same time, we are fighting AI for our jobs. We are fighting AI is taking our jobs at a super fast rate. And then we are not easing up on the gas. Millionaires and billionaires pushing this agenda harder and harder. We want AI to be paid instead of the humans. And it's like at a point, eventually we're just gonna have to be like, hey, we still gotta live, and how are we gonna do the simple things like eating, living, housing, and all these things if our jobs are all being taken by AI? So eventually it's just gonna come to the point where it's like, come on, like if you're gonna take all the jobs away, y'all gotta let us live for free type. And it just creates this whole nother monopoly, because now it's like, who gets the house on the hill versus who gets the shack in the ghetto. It's only people who bring value by services, or have things to trade or things to barter with, and it'll open up a whole new monopoly board. And it's getting crazy, because the agenda that these millionaires and billionaires are pushing, it's like, okay, pay less for employees and just pay AI. So here's this new thing that lets you cut half of your employees out of the picture, more money in your pockets. And it's like, it's good for them because, they're making millions and billions while we are struggling. It's like we want to work, but then we can't work because no one's hiring, or everyone's taking, AI is taking all our jobs and stuff. And like I said, people are going to college, getting these degrees and working hard to, get a good paying job. And then it's like only a matter of a year from now, maybe 2-3 years, and then even those jobs are getting taken. Things like where people used to get paid to do computer programming or whatever they call it, is just completely being finessed by AI, and it's getting out of pocket. Copywriting is just getting taken. It's just a matter of time, I'm telling you. And then it's going to be this huge shift where people are just going to be doing content creation, or things like that. And it's like, or just learning a skill, which is also always a thing, because people are going to always need services that AI can't do. Example, it's going to be highly unlikely to find an AI mechanic. I don't know what the future holds. It's going to be hard to find an AI person to do things like cleaning your carpet, tile, and upholstery. It's going to be hard to, get an AI to do your, I don't know, maybe dentist work, I'm sure. But that's what I'm saying. I just really feel like we got to choose. Like, are we going to choose artificial insanity, or are we going to choose humanity? It's really crazy because we want to, if you can't really listen to your intuition because your thoughts are so scattered and all over the place because this world is so fast paced, I don't blame you, because this world will often, make you feel like you ain't crap, like you're just crap, like you ain't nobody, because you ain't doing this and this and that and the other. But I want to tell you right now that you are enough. Just being alive, just existing makes you enough. I don't know if you heard that in a long time, but I want to hop on here today and tell you that. If you need help listening to your intuition, it's pretty simple. Just maybe come out here, breathe in some good prana, get a good breath in, and just, listen to the wind and, the birds, the bees, the leaves, and the trees. Get grounded, maybe kick your shoes off, kick your socks off, ground, and, enjoy the view. Sit there for a little bit with yourself. Let the thoughts roam. Don't resist them, because what you resist persists. So just allow them to be freely, and then you'll start to know what I'm talking about, because the answers will come to you if you practice this technique, and you just calm your mind, calm your body, and get in really peaceful places, like where there's not a lot of horns being honked and people flying down the road on their electric scooters, and the tweaker yelling at everybody, and all this crazy stuff going on in the concrete jungle. All right, you guys. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Big Matt with Chosen One Chats, and I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace.